I'm Gareth from Park Cameras, and today I'm very excited because we're going to look at the Canon 5D Mark IV, which is a camera I've wanted to get my hands on for ages. It's not a new camera, but it's definitely worth having a look at. So if you're familiar with the 5D series, so if you've got the Mark III and you're looking to upgrade, this is definitely something you're going to be familiar with. It's definitely a worthy upgrade as well. So let's run through some of the specs on this. It's got a 30.4 megapixel sensor. So all the images that come out of it are really nice and detailed. You can blow them up. You can print them out really big if you need to. It's a full frame camera as well. So you get a really nice crisp image. It shoots 4K video now at up to 30 frames per second. It'll shoot continuously at 7 frames per second. It's got 61 autofocus points, and as you'd expect from Canon, it's really fast and really accurate. It's got a touchscreen on the back with a nice resolution, so it's really easy to see what you're doing. I even took it out in the really bright sun today and I could see it really easily. So that's a really nice feature as well. It's got built-in Wi-Fi, built-in GPS and NFC. It's got the same processor inside as the 1DX Mark II, which means it's really good at just processing images. Even though it's got a bigger megapixel count, it's just really good at processing those images. And like I say, it does really nice sharp pictures and it performs really well in low light as well. So in terms of video, Canon have really added quite a lot into the Mark IV. It shoots 4K at up to 30 frames per second, but it also shoots at 25 frames per second and 24. But it also shoots a full HD 1080p video at up to 60 frames a second, which is double what the Mark III could do. And for those of you who want to shoot in even higher frame rates, so you can play with the slow motion in post, it will shoot HD resolution 720p at up to 120 frames per second, which is a big deal with my favourite frame rate to shoot in, and it just makes for a really nice slow motion in post. And you've still got that 1080p at 60 frames a second and 4K at 30 frames a second. It also features the really impressive dual pixel CMOS autofocus, which is the same system you can find in the 1DX Mark II. It basically just hones in very fast and very accurately. You can tap on a person's face on the screen on the back and it'll lock onto their face, which is great. It's got face detection, but the autofocus just generally is really, really good. And it's something that you can rely on pretty much from Canon, but it is particularly good in this as it is in the 1DX Mark II as well. In terms of stills, so like I say, it's got a 30.4 megapixel sensor, so it's really nice, rich, detailed, crisp images. But it also has a mode called dual pixel RAW. And if you enable that, it'll work when you take raw photos, but it'll take a normal RAW and it'll save a dual pixel RAW as well. And that allows you to make some fine adjustments in post. So when you use Canon software, there's 3 things you can do. You can adjust the point of maximum sharpness. They are micro adjustments, but it can be helpful if you just missed focus. You can adjust the blurring in the background so you can get it just to your liking, and you can adjust any ghosting or flaring to enhance your picture and get it exactly as you want it to be. As you would expect from a Canon high-end pro camera, it's a nice sturdy build. It feels nice to hold. It's a good weight. It's a nice grip. It's kind of a chunky design. I really like it on Canon. And it's just a very nice feeling camera. It's very intuitive. If you've used Canon before, you'll know exactly what you're doing. But otherwise, it's still just a very easy to use camera. All your controls are kind of at your fingertips. The touchscreen is great as well. The menus, I actually quite like the Canon menus. And yeah, it's just the feel of it. You notice it as soon as you pick it up. It's a pro camera and it feels like a pro camera, which is really nice. The other thing with Canon, and a big plus if you buy a Canon system, and this absolutely applies here, is just the number of lenses that are available to you. So not just Canon lenses, but third party as well. There's just so many. All the Canon lenses are great. The third party lenses, there's so many to look at and choose from. And you've got that nice added in feature that when you do upgrade in the future, those lenses are still going to work, which is just really great. A Canon system, because of that, because of the stability, it's just you're always going to be safe with the Canon system. Yeah, it's a really, really nice feeling camera. So it's been out for a little while now, and it's definitely a popular camera, but I can definitely see why. If you haven't tried one out, you can pop into the store, and we've got them on display for you to look at and to hold, but it's definitely worth doing. It's a really just lovely camera to use, and like I say, if you've had an experience of Canon before, if you're coming from the Mark III or something like that, it's definitely a big step up. If you're interested in video in particular, they've really crammed in a lot of great video features into this camera. So if that's something that interests you at all, definitely worth having a look. Now, if you've got any questions about the camera, pop it in the comments below, and we'll do our best to get back to you as soon as we can. If you like the video, make sure to subscribe for more content from this channel, and as always, thank you for watching.